Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? This is Sam Leggett back again for another review for Solar Opposites. This is episode 2, and I think this is a very fascinating episode because Terry and Korvo, they still have this incessant need to be liked and loved, and they realize that everybody in the town just doesn't have any regard for them at all. Now, they were trying to assess what was going on because initially it all started with them getting like this notice from HOA that they got to go and do some maintenance or changes to the house because they're literally the ship is sticking out of the house. And so they were like, they're supposed to be painting it, but they were like, you know what, I'm gonna go and try to see if we can make people like us. And eventually it starts off like, okay, cool, but then they start to really try to pry a little too much. And one of the things that they had said initially was that when they sent out the AI out, that they were worried it could go and get sentience if it was pushed too hard. And they had this dude that they trust down at the water treatment plant. The water treatment plant dude was like cool with him or whatever, didn't try to get him to do hair. And I was like, what in the world is this craziness? The thing about their arc in this episode is kind of like, I don't know, it felt like a rehash of what they did the first episode. It's almost like they didn't really learn anything. It was very funny when, the AI nanobots got sentience and like they were literally going up against their own creation, but it's the same exact thing that happened in the first episode. So that was kind of like a wash to me. It was very fascinating though to sit there and watch the older lady go and leave her spill about it. It was really funny. The most interesting part about it to me is the dynamic that's going on with the wall of humans that Yummy and Jesse are kind of like putting in. Jesse tried to get Yummy to understand like there are some really good humans out there, but she does that by controlling them. And it was like, at a certain point, like she starts to really convince them, and then it goes and turns towards the worst, and you get to find out like what Yummy is really truly capable of without even trying, from this suit self-defense mechanism. And I was like, yo, that was some gory stuff. But again, the most fascinating thing to me was like the prospect of what's going on with the wall and everything in between. I thought that was actually really cool. Now, one last thing that I would say was one of the most interesting things about this is the pupa. The pupa legit goes through this excursion, goes and destroys a bird, goes and infiltrates a house, which I'm pretty sure that was O.J. Simpson's house. It looked like O.J. Simpson. Stabs him with the knife, which was definitely, poetic justice with that. And then all that just to be able to get some candy. I was like, and like the candy just making him sick. Like it was like the pupa is probably one of the funniest characters. Didn't even have any line of dialogue. It was just hilarious. It's excursion, and it's funny because to know that the pupa, the more it grows up, is the more like they get closer and closer to their end goal. But I guess we're gonna see what ends up happening. But as far as this episode, I give it maybe a 7 out of 10. I really enjoy the parts with the pupa, and I really really excited to see what happens with the prospect of the wall humans. But outside of that, it kind of felt like a rehash of the first episode. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was really funny. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Keep it locked. JBS, we ain't gonna stop. Until next time. Peace, guys.